Super 8 Group 1 looks like quite the deal, Tom. India, Australia, always heavyweights. Afghanistan have made such waves at this World Cup. And Bangladesh too, qualifying with 3 wins out of 4. This looks like a much trickier group to call than most would expect on reputation.
It certainly is. And I don't think we should be surprised that Afghanistan's in the Super 8 stage and are going to give any team in that group a real headache because, they have got the best, I think, bowling attack for these conditions, or certainly if they're not the best, they're right up there with the best with the quality of their spinners, and the form of Faruqi with the new ball is absolutely top notch. So, they're a genuine threat. Obviously, India and Australia are, I suppose, before a game's bowled in this phase of the World Cup, are seen as favourites. But both of them will be very cautious with their game against Afghanistan and Bangladesh, for that matter, because, we've seen the ball turn quite a bit here in the Caribbean. And we talked about that, this pre-World Cup, that's going to be the challenge that teams faced, is how well they not only face spin and try to score off spin, but, how they bowl it themselves. So it's really going to be down to, the team balance, what side, all the nations that are playing in this phase of the tournament, go with, and how well they execute their plans in conditions that are quite favourable for bowlers against what we've seen in recent times in this format of the game being, very lopsided towards the bat.
One of the big challenges will also be contending with the minor differences in all the different venues. If you look at India, they start off in Bridgetown against Afghanistan. They play Australia last in St. Lucia, and they have a game in Antigua against Bangladesh. Afghanistan will be looking forward to, I'm quite sure, 2 night games in St. Vincent, where the night games have seen spinners have quite a splash, which is where they play Australia and Bangladesh.
It's a key venue matchup for Afghanistan. You rightly say St. Vincent is a venue so far that has supported the spin bowlers. So anyone that has bowled spin with consistency has, reaped the rewards. So Afghanistan would have seen every single ball that's been bowled there so far. If they haven't, they certainly will do before their two key games there. But, it is certainly going to be a challenge, those night games in St. Vincent. But then again, in Bridgetown, Barbados, that match is not going to be an easy match either, because we have also seen the balls not play tricks, but certainly be a little bit more in favour of the bowling side than the batting side. And I think when you're playing Afghanistan, for example, if you have a surface that is leaning more to favour the bowlers against the batters, that goes into their favour. And I think I'd say a similar slant you could say with Bangladesh as well, where I think, look at Australia and England, I think the better the surface, the better chance they have of being consistent with the outcome.
Let's try getting you to call this one. India, Australia start the favourites, but could Afghanistan or even Bangladesh upset the Africa?
I think Bangladesh are probably in 4th position when it comes to the upset. I think Afghanistan, there's no question, could easily find themselves playing semi-finals if Australia or India drop their guard at any stage. But I think particularly Australia, because they've played more cricket, because they've had the weather on their side, have some sort of momentum in this tournament in the Caribbean. India made their way down to the Caribbean after their stint in the US. They'll have to take that sort of time to make the adjustments and adapt to the conditions here, which are very different again. I know they had challenging conditions in the US, but this is a different challenge they're facing. They've got certainly the personnel, and I think the selectors have got it right with regards to the balance of their squad. A lot of people sort of question the fact that they, took 4 specialist spinners. And I think people can sort of look at why they've taken 4 specialist spinners now with regards to how this World Cup has panned out to date. So you've got to give credit to the selectors for getting that right. Whether they can execute on the big stage is the next question we're all looking forward to watching out.
It should be an intriguing tournament within the tournament. We could call it the Australasia Cup. Thank you, Tom, for setting up Super 8 Group 1 for us.
Introducing the epic new Swift. Time to go swifting.
वॉचो ऐप पे देखो एक OTT के दाम पे सारे OTT शान से।
वॉचो